Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In the previous session on Drishti Srishti Vada and Eka Jeeva Vada, I had raised a question. In the example of Rajju Sarpa, which Sarpa, which snake we are negating? Is it Pratibhasika Sarpa, illusory snake? Or is it Vyavaharik Sarpa, which has transactional reality? Pratibhasika Sarpa cannot be negated because its utpatti is accepted in Vedanta. Anirvachaniya Sarpa Utpatti. Vyavaharik Sarpa cannot be negated because it is not there. The dosha would be aprasakta pratishedha. The negation of Sarpa is Vyavaharikatvena kalpita pratibhasika Sarpa. This is the answer. Vyavaharikatvena kalpitaha pratibhasika Sarpa. Tasya nishedha. Means in illusory snake, the reality that I give, that it is Vyavaharika. This part is negated. In the same way, in this Vyavaharik Jagat, Paramarthikatva Buddhi comes. What is Paramarthikatva Buddhi? This Jagat is as real as Atma. We generally don't say Atma, we say as real as myself, Aham, or Chaitanya. This notion is to be negated. This world is as real as Chaitanya. So, Paramarthikatvena kalpito or Paramarthikatvena kalpitam Vyavaharikam Jagat. Vyavaharik Jagat in which Paramartha Buddhi comes. That is to be negated. Like in Swapna, if Satyatva Buddhi comes, then I have to negate it. That no, this cannot be real. So this is going to take care of all the problems that we think. Vyavahar will continue without any problem, just like in Swapna. And this Jagat is not absolute reality. And therefore, what Shruti says, the negation in the form of neti neti also can be explained, can be justified. Another question can come in this thinking is, how do you account for the variety that is experienced in the world? In Bahujiva Vada, many jivas are there. Each jiva has its own avidya. Or you say, instead of thinking in this way, Drishti Srishti, whatever I see, I project. Whatever my jnanam is, accordingly I am going to project. So how variety is possible? Variety is because of avidya. One avidya is capable of producing all varieties. And therefore, the variety aspect is not coming from Chaitanya. And it is also not coming from the ability of jiva. One jiva or aneka jiva also, if you say. Variety is attributed to avidya because of the three gunas, sattva, rajoguna, tamoguna, and their varieties. Their different shades. So one avidya is capable of all variety. Jagat Vaichitriyam. Or otherwise you can call it Maya. Next question is, let's say there is Ghata and there is Pata. So Ghata Jnanam is required, or it requires a Ghata. Pata Jnanam requires Pata. How, in the absence of external objects in Drishti Srishti Vada, how in the absence of external objects, one thought will end up having one object like Ghata. Another thought will end up having another object like Pata. Ultimately, both are thoughts. In Bahujiva Vada, we say one thought is Ghatakara Vritti because there is Ghata Vishaya. Another thought is Patakara Vritti because there is Pata Vishaya. How will you explain this? We saw this earlier in brief. This topic is called Pratikarma Vyavastha. Pratikarma Vyavastha. Karma here does not mean prarabdha, sanchita, etc. Karma here means object of knowledge. Like ghata jnanasya karma, ghata. Karma means vishaya, if you want, for simplicity. Pata jnanasya vishaya, pata. So pratikarma means for every thought, there is one object. In that object, there is variety. How will the thoughts get variety? In Drishti Srishti Vada. So it is said, the variety in thoughts will come from samskaras, impressions which are already there. Just like in Swapna. In Swapna, the variety is not because of various objects. It is whatever samskara that I have, they become Jagrat and I will see that. Those who don't have samskaras of certain things, they will never dream of those things. They will never superimpose those things. So they have never thought of it. Then somebody may ask, but for samskara, some sadrishya is needed, similar thing is needed. Ghata samskaras will come if I have seen something similar to Ghata. Pata samskaras will be there only if I have seen something like Pata. Then those samskaras will project something. So the answer is, for superimposition, for any adhyasa, samskara is the main thing. Sadrishya, similarity, is secondary. Sadrishya, if it is there, it will help in superimposition. Like rope looks like snake, therefore I superimpose snake. Or snake looks like rope, therefore I superimpose snake. Either way you can take. Same is true with Shukti Rajata. But in all cases it is not true. Like, let's say if Siddhanti says, between Atma and Anatma, very similarity. Still superimposition is there. Purvapakshi says, that is what I am telling you, between Atma and Anatma, there is no similarity. Therefore, there is no superimposition. Purvapakshi will say that similarity is a must, like in Rajju Sarpa, like in Shukti Rupya. So if there is no similarity, there is no superimposition possible. Therefore, between Atma and Anatma, there is no superimposition. So Siddhanti will say, superimposition does not necessarily require sadrishyam. What is the drishtanta? Pitaha shankhaha. In the conch, if I see yellowness, there is no similarity between conch and yellowness. But I superimpose. And somebody will say, no, there is similarity between white color and yellow color. You never superimpose black on conch. So sadrishya is required, Purvapakshi will say. In Pitaha Shankha, Shankha is the Adhisthana. Pitatva is superimposed. So somebody will say, Purvapakshi will say, he can argue in this way, it is not conch, it is white conch. In that white color, because of similarity, yellowness is superimposed. And there is a dosha, that is the jaundice, what is called Pitatva. So similarity is there, according to Purvapakshi. Then only superimposition happens. Siddhanti will say similarity is not a must. In Swapna, there is similarity. In Swapna, I superimpose inert objects also, sentient objects also. People whom I don't like in my waking, I superimpose them also in my own world. Means I become them. In waking, I will never think I want to be like them, but there I will become them. So, superimposition, adhyasa, the main ingredient is samskara. And samskaras can come from mithya vastu also. Samskaras need not be coming only from satya vastu. So, illusory world creating illusory impressions will superimpose those impressions on so-called illusory existence of dream, etc. Or you are superimposing them on Brahma Chaitanya with avidya upadhi, and variety is seen. So superimposition, main ingredient is samskara. Sadrishya is not a must. Okay. Now, as we saw, whose kalpana is this? Who is this jiva who has this drishti srishti? So it is said that jiva is Eka Jeeva. This is how Drishti Srishti Vada and Eka Jeeva Vada are connected. I mean, they are not two. For Drishti Srishti, it is possible only if there is one Kalpaka. Kalpaka means projector. If you have different people projecting in the same universe, then they will project different things. So each will become Ishvara. So here projector is only one. Ishvara means everyone will become capable, samartha. So that will bring chaos in the vyavastha. So there is one jiva. Everybody is allowed to do some superimposition for which they will be responsible and they will get affected by it. If I do good superimposition, I will benefit. If I do negative superimposition, I will suffer. Some freedom is given to all jiva. In Bahujiva Vada, I am talking. In Eka Jeeva Vada, there is only one jiva. Eka Jeeva is called Mukhya Jeeva, Hiranyagarbha. He is the one who is projecting this world. I have the choice of thinking whether I am that Hiranyagarbha, the projector of superimposition called world, or am I a projection in his world? Two choices are given. Do I want to recognize myself as projector, or do I want to remain as projection? So until the jiva, individual, advances in his spiritual journey, comes to this evolution, until that point, he doesn't even know that he has a choice. He thinks, this is who I am, this is the world, so many people are there, all are different jivas, they all are doing something for gaining happiness. This is how most people live. and they have their own little world created. When I advance and come to this level, I understand if I am the projector of this creation, I am Hiranyagarbha. Other than this I, all are Kalpita. I am Kalpakaha. They are Kalpitaha. Mean they are my projection. How do you distinguish between I and them? So it is said, wherever there is aham, that is what is considered as the main jiva. With respect to that, everything else will be ayam. Ayam Devadattaha, Ayam Chaitraha, Ayam Maitraha, etc. And aham will be different. If this aham is somewhere else, if I say aham Chaitraha, then this individual will become ayam. So wherever aham is there is mukhya jiva. In everything else it is ayam. Ayam, imau, ime, this, those two, or these two, all these people, etc., etc. That is all kalpita. This mukhya jiva has this srishti. Creation or projection is his. So now, what is the Eka Jeeva Vada principle? One jiva, many bodies, many antakaranas. So, aneka sthula sharira, aneka sukshma sharirani. Many gross bodies, many subtle bodies. And one chaitanya, one avidya, one jiva. This jiva has projected everything. Now, some other aspects. Everything else of whatever we have understood in Drishti Srishti Vada actually is true for Eka Jeeva Vada. Eka Jeeva Vada and Drishti Srishti Vada, you may think there is a different beginning point, but these are two the same. Soon they will merge because the main example for both is Swapna or the Pratibhasika Vastu, Pratibhasika Prapancha, the illusory world. That is the example for both. This Eka Jiva, who is called Kalpaka, all the others are Kalpita. So in the last session I mentioned, there is no Jivan Mukti. I thought I mentioned, there is no Jivan Mukti as far as that Jiva is concerned. That Jiva will have only Videha Mukti. When that Mukhya Jiva goes to Sushupti, means which is Pralaya for all other Antakaranas and Shariras, that is when there will be abhava of all experiences. No experience will be there. when that Mukhya Jiva goes to Sushupti. And that enlightenment of Mukhya Jiva is also like waking up from the dream. When the Mukhya Jiva, the main Jiva, wakes up, then what happens to all his projection? Like when I wake up from my dream, what happens to all the people that were there in my dream, all the objects which were there? Some people, let's say I was serving in Bhandara. Somebody was serving in Bhandara. Rotis have gone for a first rice, then roti. Sabji was being distributed, or a sweet was being distributed, let us say. And everybody is getting something, and you wake up. Then what happens to other people? Do all of them also get some sweet? It is over. You don't ask that question. Like how when we wake up from our dream, we don't ask what happened to other people. That projection was there, it is over. Like that, Mukhya Jiva, when he wakes up, this Jagat is gone. So this concept, we should remember, this idea should be clear. There will be a lot of questions in this. First question is, let's say there is a guru. So the Mukhya Jiva idea is this. Just as Karna in Mahabharata, who is a Kaunteya, he thinks I am Radheya. I am son of Radha, the wife of the charioteer. But really speaking, he is son of Kunti. He is a Kaunteya, Pandava. So just as Kaunteya thinks he is Radheya, Brahma thinks he is Jiva. This should be clear. And that is that one Jiva. If somebody says, how will the teaching work in Eka Jeeva Vada? Let's say there is a guru and a shishya. Guru's name is Swami Chaitrananda. The Chaitra. Chaitrananda is a guru. And Brahmachari Maitra is there. He's not Dikshita yet, let us say, or he is Brahmachari Maitra Chaitanya. So you have Chaitrananda and Maitra Chaitanya. Maitra is asking question to his guru. Are you real Kalpakaha or am I Kalpakaha? If you are Kalpakaha, means you are the projector, I am projection, then you cannot do teaching to this projection. Because this projection is not qualified for a teaching. And if I am real and you are projection, projection cannot do teaching, should not do teaching. So which one of us is projector and which one is projection? So then what is the answer? Both are projection. Guru is also Kalpita, Shishya is also Kalpita, teaching is also Kalpita. Bandha is Kalpita, Moksha is also Kalpita. Kalpaka is different. how Vyavahara takes place, those who are Kalpita, they don't know that they are Kalpita. This is the main avidya here. First avidya is I don't know I am Brahma. Second avidya is I don't know I am a projection of the Mukhya Jiva. Means I am Sarpasthaniya. So as long as the Kalpita Vastu does not know that it is Kalpita, all Vyavahar will happen within that avidya. Not knowing what is my identity. So then if somebody is hungry, they will eat food. Somebody is tired, they will take rest. Somebody is thirsty, they will drink something. Variety will be there in different Sukshma Sharira, all of which are projections. So Vyavahara Siddhi is not a problem. Shastra Upadesha between two Kalpita Guru and Kalpita Shishya is possible. What about Mukhya Jiva? Who is going to teach him that Tattvam Asi? Who will teach? So really speaking, for that Hiranyagarbha Jiva, who is already so evolved, like Brahmaji. So Ishwar has 6 bhagas. Brahma or Hiranyagarbha has 4. So he is very close to Paramatma. That Paramatma who appears as Hiranyagarbha with avidya. For that avidya or that avidyagrasta Hiranyagarbha, Tattvamasi Upadesha Grahanam was done earlier in the Purva Janma. But because of Pratibandha, he takes this Janma as evolved Jiva. As somebody who has the ability to know now that this world is my projection. Because this knowledge doesn't come to everybody, that this world is my projection. For that, I need some sadhana. So those sadhanas, karma and upasana, and lot of jnanam is gained, but it is pratibadha, it is obstructed. And that obstruction is, I have to let go of certain attachment. Main obstacle or pratibandha is in the form of attachment. So that one jiva who has already heard Shastra before, that jiva can drop the identity of I am jiva and assume or understand new identity, I am Brahma. So it is possible on the strength of his previous studies, previous Mahavakya Vichara. And in this Janma, if you say he needs Upadesha, Paramatma provides that Upadesha directly. You don't need another individual Jiva as such. So, in its essential nature, that Jiva is Mukta. And in its transactional nature, it is Baddha because of Avidya. Avidyakatvena Baddhatvam. Swarupataha Muktatvam Jivasya. If one Jiva who is Kalpita, Kalpita Jiva means actually it doesn't have Jivatva, it has only Jivatva Abhasa. In these things, we have to have part of imagination also. Ability to think with quiet mind about what is discussed. Because we don't think in this way on regular basis. So this is out of the ordinary. You call it this is out of ordinary, or you call this is extraordinary. Therefore, I need to put forth greater effort in thinking. Effort is only in thinking to understand this concept. I will tell you, just as other means are there for Chitta Shuddhi, this kind of prakriya, this kind of thinking is a great means to Chitta Shuddhi. What is Chitta Shuddhi? Chitta Shuddhi means Vairagya. By doing certain other means to attain Vairagya, compared to that, thinking that there is only one Jiva, all other Jivas are Kalpita, all other Sthula Sukshma Shariras are functioning because of Avidya, this thinking will give you great Vairagya from everything. Those who can't think such subtle matters, then we say you do other means for Chitta Shuddhi. But this is one of the greatest means of Chitta Shuddhi. Drishti Srishti. Constantly thinking this Jagat is a projection, it is like Swapna. And that there is only one Jiva, and that Jiva is Brahma. Because of Avidya, thinks I am Jiva, I am that Hiranyagarbha. So the teaching is so subtle, but it can give Chitta Shuddhi. Because I am dwelling on such things, my attraction for Vishayas, my attraction for positions, etc. Once I know, or I go on thinking all this is illusory, this is illusory, I will not pursue them. So job is done. I wanted to have Vairagya. I got Vairagya through this method, through dwelling on this teaching. So let us say if one of those jivas, who is a Kalpita jiva, he gains knowledge from a guru. Guru can be Kalpita and the teaching is also Kalpita. But Kalpita Jnanam can give moksha. In Vedanta, we have accepted this. Purvapakshi will ask this question, how Kalpita Jnanam can give you real moksha? Means how Kalpita Jnanam will solve your problem. So we say it can. Either you say problem itself is Kalpita, so Jnanam also can be Kalpita. Solution is also kalpita, no problem. Or kalpita jnanam has the ability to give real solution. Like in mirror, when I look, what I am seeing is my replica, pratibimba, reflection. But what is happening is, I know I am not there, I am here. So I can focus on whatever I want to do on my face, on my body, etc., which I cannot see directly through my eyes, but through reflection I can see. So the kalpita vastu is capable of guiding me to akalpita vastu. Kalpita jnanam is capable of revealing my akalpita identity, that I am not a projection. This knowledge is possible. Next question would be, in Tattvamasi Mahavakya, you say there is Tatpada, Tvampada. Tatpada is creation. Chaitanya associated with entire creation, Sthula Sukshma Karana Prapancha, is Tatpada. And Chaitanya associated with Jiva is Tvampada. So Tatpada, Tvampada, their vichara is required for Tattvamasi Mahavakya understanding. In Eka Jeeva Vada, that Jiva which is Tvampada, Vachyartha and Lakshyartha as Chaitanya, that same Jiva is in the form of creation, because creation is his projection. Then how you will distinguish between Tatpada and Tvampada? You will do Padartha Shodhanam, inquiring into what is Tat, what is Tvam. Then you will do Mahavakya, Shravanam. Then there is Aikyam, oneness between Tatpada and Tvampada. In Eka Jeeva Vada, how will it work? There is no Tattvamasi Mahavakya. There are no two Padarthas, Tat and Tvam. This is the exact prakriya in Mandukya Upanishad. That's why many times when someone studies Mandukya, they get baffled and they don't understand. Really speaking, Mandukya prakriya is this. How? See, in those who know Mandukya, I will tell you in brief. According to Tat Padartha, Tvam Padartha, if you separate them and do Viveka, Jagrat Avastha Abhimani of Tat Padartha or Tvam Padartha is called Vishwa. Swapna Avastha Abhimani Tvam Padartha is called Taijasa. And Sushupti Avastha Abhimani, that Chaitanya which is the Lakshyartha of Tvam Padartha, is Prajna. In the same way, in Tatpada, it is Virat, Hiranyagarbha and Ishvara. But in Mandukya, they are not separated. There is no distinct thinking that Vishwa is different and Virat or Vaishvanara is different. There is only one. Similarly, Hiranyagarbha and Taijasa are not different. They are one. And Prajna itself is Ishvara. Esha Sarveshwara. Eshaha Prajnaha eva Sarveshwara. Esha Sarvajnaha. Eshantaryami. Esha Yoni Sarvasya प्रभवाप्ययौ हि भूतानाम. So Upanishad says this Prajna itself is Ishvara. Means what is indicated is there are no separate Tvam-pada and Tat-pada. You don't do two distinct vichara of Tvam Padartha Shodhanam, Tat Padartha Shodhanam. Then you put the two together, then you try to do Aikya. In Eka Jeeva Vada Prakriya, Tvam Pada is first put in Tat itself. They are one. So there is no Vyashti as an individual existing separately from Samashti. There is no Vyashti, Samashti separate thinking. There is only one Samashti. So now you imagine one Samashti is the whole universe. The Vachyartha of that is the Upadhi. Means Chaitanya with Upadhi. Jagrat, Swapna, Shushupti, Avastha, Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, Prapancha, all of that is Upadhi of that one Chaitanya. And devoid of this Upadhi, it is Lakshyartha. So Tat-pada, Tvam-pada are first merged. Then there is only analysis of one. That is Eka Jeeva. And in Eka Jeeva Vada Samarthana, to support that, somebody will ask, which Shruti is there, which is supporting this? You have to give some Shruti quotation. So this statement, this Mandukya Karika, which is there in first chapter, Agama Prakarana. Mandukya mantras are already giving this, because third mantra says the Bahish Prajna is Vaishwanara. And fourth Prajna says Anta Prajna is Taijasa. Fifth mantra says Prajna, and sixth mantra says the same is Ishvara. So from Samashti to Vyashti and their oneness is seen in all three mantras. Means they are not different. They are not separately analyzed, or they are not to be separately analyzed. They are one. And the quotation is Anadi Maya Suptaha Yada Jivo Prabhutyate. Jiva Prabhutyate. So that Anadi Maya Supto Jivaha, their Jivaha is Ekavachanam. It is Shruti somewhere else which is quoted there as Karika. This is the Samarthanam. Somebody says, but there are so many other quotations. Like Yatha Pradiptat Pavakad Visfulingaha Sahasrasha Prabhavante. So many sparks are there coming out from one fire. You don't see those quotations, and now if some quotation you find and see, you say that is the one which is supporting Eka Jeeva Vada. You say all those other prakriyas are for people who are not as much evolved. They need Bahujiva Vada prakriya. They means if we are not evolved, we need it. If we are evolved, we have so much vairagya. Our focus is not on what is happening here, what is happening there, what should I do there, what should I do here. I can withdraw, it is over. So if I have too much of extroverted buddhi and attachment to karma, then I am really a yoga rudha. Like in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Yada hi nendriyartheshu na karmasu anushajyate. सर्व संकल्प संन्यासी योगारूढ़स्तदोच्यते। यदा हि न इंद्रियार्थेषु विषयेषु any objects of the indriya na sajjate, he doesn't have any attachment. Na karmasu, no attachment to karma, that no, I will do this, I have to do this, no such thing. If things have to happen, they will happen. If you are supposed to be nimitta, you will be made nimitta. You will be nimitta matra only. Even if you can release the arrows from both hands equally well, you are only nimitta. If Arjuna is nimitta, everybody is nimitta. Nothing, nobody is any great in this creation. Chaitanya alone with its avidya maya does everything. So if I am ready for this Eka Jeeva Vada, then that is the teaching for me. If I am not, Bahu Jeeva Vada, how I am studying, teaching, I should continue, gradually evolve, then slowly understand if Swapna Drishtanta is constantly hammered, Swapna Jagat is like Swapna, Jagrat Prapancha is like Swapna, how it is possible that I am experiencing this world is Swapna, whose projection? And if I am that Mukhya Jiva, then everybody else is illusion. Everything else is illusion. This I should understand. So the Upadesha for that one Jiva, Mukhya Jiva, is where Tatpada, Twampada, Bheda is not there in the beginning. It's only one conditioned consciousness, not many. And then all I have to do is just negate the condition. So this is the thought process in Eka Jiva associating with Drishti Srishti Vada. The next point in this will be some questions that can arise, some more questions that can arise within this Eka Jeeva Vada Kalpana. So we will try to see all those maybe in one more session and see if we can wrap up this thinking. Okay. But I hope when you study this, then you are also doing some reflection on it. Then only you will benefit. Otherwise, Shravanam tu kritam sarvaihi na tatha mananam kritam. Shravanam, lot of people may do, but if they don't do mananam based on this, they will not derive as much benefit from this. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.